Here's your wrestling news for January 25th, 2021, and your headlines for today include WWE announces multiple matches for Go Home Raw before Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre vs. Goldberg might shock some fans at WWE Royal Rumble. CM Punk is down to be included in upcoming WWE video game. The Undertaker becomes controversial yet again, takes a dig at a former WWE champion. Mark Henry warns AEW against signing Ryback. Ryback isn't afraid of WWE or Mark Henry. Former WWE superstar announces his appearance in the Royal Rumble 2021. Sheamus says it's a matter of time until Conor McGregor comes to WWE. Daniel Bryan reveals about his wrestling future and more. We're kicking off today with Raw news, as tonight's show will be the Go Home Raw before the Royal Rumble with plenty in store. Tonight's show will see Matt Riddle participate in a gauntlet match, taking on MVP, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin. And if he wins, he'll get another US title match against the Hurt Business's CEO, Bobby Lashley. Women's Tag Team Champion Charlotte will face Shayna Baszler in singles action, whilst her partner Asuka will defend her Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. It's been over 2 years since Bliss last held singles gold in WWE, and with the spirit of the Fiend on her side, we may see a new Raw Women's Champion crowned in a matter of hours. Tonight's show will also see the return of both Goldberg and Drew McIntyre to Raw, after the latter was forced to quarantine due to testing positive. There's been a lot of speculation on how their WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble will go, but despite concerns from fans, it looks like a new champion won't be crowned. That's according to BetOnline, who posted their shocking odds for the match, and despite Goldberg's monster booking, it's McIntyre who's the heavy favorite to win. Of course, this doesn't mean a Goldberg loss is guaranteed, especially with the Hall of Famer reportedly being a lock for WrestleMania 37, but the odds are in the favor of McIntyre retaining this Sunday. Now, CM Punk hasn't competed in a WWE ring in 7 years, at least not in the real world. Whilst Punk hasn't wrestled in a WWE ring himself, there's no shortage of fan recreations of the former superstar for fans to download in various WWE games, but he's not in 2K Battlegrounds. When a fan asked Punk on Twitter if he'd be down with being included as DLC, Punk had a very interesting response, saying, "Yeah, but since it's me, won't happen." Punk's turbulent history with WWE will no doubt cause some issues if fans want to see him in a WWE video game again, and at this time, there's no feature in Battlegrounds that allows you to download other fan creations. Punk's work with WWE backstage from 2019 to 2020 did leave fans speculating whether an in-ring return was possible, and whilst it hasn't happened yet, a video game return is something the Chicago-made superstar is on board with. More Punk news next, as after leaving WWE, the former world champion joined UFC, where he holds an 0-2 record. One man who worked with Punk during his WWE tenure is The Undertaker, who admitted to being confused as to why Punk went to UFC after he walked out of WWE in early 2014. Speaking on the Joe Rogan Experience, the Phenom said, "I don't know if he had enough background to fight in the UFC. It was kind of late in the game for him to make that transition. It was easier for Brock. He's a freak athlete. Punk? I don't know." Punk himself has said that he went to the UFC in the backwards order, that is, after he made it in WWE, and has also said that he used WWE to grow his star power to get that spot in the UFC. To his credit, Punk has said that MMA was something he always wanted to do, so we have to respect him for pushing himself, even if it didn't go how he wanted. We'll have to see if Punk has a third fight in UFC, but if he does, The Undertaker will probably be watching. Ryback news next, as the big guy recently teased that he'll be signing with AEW very soon, but that won't happen if Mark Henry can help it. Over the past week or so, the two have gone back and forth after Ryback called the titles in WWE props, a statement that Henry believes was fueled by a jealous Ryback never becoming WWE champion. During Busted Open Radio, the WWE Hall of Famer warned AEW against signing Ryback, saying, "I hope that the good old folks at AEW sees the snake in the woodpile and says, 'No thank you.' When you say titles are a prop, you mean to tell me that Tony Khan is going to stand there and say, 'Oh yeah, come on over. Come on and hold our prop up.'" Henry added that he wouldn't boycott AEW if they did sign the big guy, but it would make him think differently about everyone involved with the company. Unsurprisingly, these comments didn't sit well with Ryback himself, and though most people have been vehemently opposed to his comments, the former superstar does have some support. When one fan called Henry a corporate stooge for warning AEW against signing Ryback, the big guy didn't hold back, saying, "I love it. It's blatantly obvious what's going on. Enough people in the business know me well enough, and between this and the company wanting my social media, it should tell you all you need to know. Life is amazing, and I don't fear that company or Mark, so let's go." The company wanting his social media is a reference to WWE, who Ryback has accused of illegally suppressing his social media account, but has provided no evidence of this claim. We'll have to wait and see if Henry has anything else to say about Ryback, and whilst the world's strongest man has the great platform of Busted Open Radio, Ryback will likely stick around on Twitter, calling people WWE puppets like he's done so many times in the past. Royal Rumble news next, as this year's show will see a total 60 superstars compete in the two titular matches, with a World or Women's Championship match at WrestleMania on the line. Kevin Owens isn't booked for the Men's Rumble match as he'll be facing Universal Champion Roman Reigns that night, but that didn't stop the prizefighter from speaking to Fightful about what he'd change about the Rumble match format. He said, "They had done the 40-man Rumble one year, which I really liked. I wish we'd go back to that. The more people involved, the better. The longer it is, the better. If I were to pick any changes to make, I would add more people." 2011's 40-man Royal Rumble was won by Alberto Del Rio, though it's Braun Strowman who won the greatest Royal Rumble in 2018, which had 50 participants. Almost all other Rumble matches have had the traditional 30 superstars, but with an ever-growing roster, perhaps WWE will take Owens' suggestion into consideration in the coming years. If the WWE ever does increase the Rumble size, they'll need more names, and luckily one former superstar is eager to return to the company. When WWE's Twitter account asked fans who they'd like to see in this year's Rumble matches, former superstar The Boogeyman replied, teasing that he'll be one of the 30 superstars in the men's contest. Fans most recently saw the worm-eating superstar on Raw's Legends Night, where he helped R-Truth regain the 24/7 championship. And given that he signed a Legends contract with WWE a few years ago, we'll have to see if the Boogeyman is smashing any clocks at the 2021 Royal Rumble. We're entering the Octagon next, as Conor McGregor entered UFC 257 full of confidence, but his ego didn't save him from losing to Dustin Poirier. One person who was watching the fight closely was Shayna Baszler, and the former NXT Women's Champion and MMA fighter weighed in on social media. On Twitter, the Queen of Spades praised Poirier, saying he showed how to cut a tree down, and called out a fan who dismissed mixed martial arts as just leg kicks. Baszler certainly knows what she's talking about, with 15 wins on her MMA record, and with yet another loss on his own record, there's now talks once again of the Notorious One joining WWE. The Queen of Spades wasn't the only current WWE superstar watching the match, as Sheamus also watched his fellow countrymen come up short in the Octagon. Speaking to Stephanie Chase of Digital Spy, the former world champion addressed the rumors and speculation of McGregor joining WWE, and is pretty sure it'll happen sooner rather than later. "I don't think anyone would raise eyebrows if he came into WWE. I don't think it's if, I think it's a matter of when, to be honest." Sheamus is by far not the only superstar to reference the UFC fighter, as Drew McIntyre sarcastically wished him luck prior to the Poirier match, dubbing him Mick Tapper. At this time, McGregor remains under contract with UFC, but if he ever does move to WWE, there's plenty of names already lining up to take a shot at the Notorious One. Now, Daniel Bryan is one of the favorites to win the Men's Rumble match, and the fact that he's able to wrestle at all is nothing short of miraculous. It wasn't too long ago that Bryan gave an emotional retirement speech on Raw in 2016, and now that he's back, the former world champion has no plans of stopping now. In an interview with Solo Wrestling, Bryan explained that he doesn't think he'll be a full-time wrestler for much longer, but doesn't see himself as retiring. He added, "I want to wrestle until I'm old, and when I say old, I mean really old. I love wrestling. A lot of times I'm inspired by people like Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk, and even some European wrestlers like Johnny Saint who still go out there and wrestle in their 60s, maybe even 70s. Bryan may have plans to wrestle on a part-time basis for decades to come, but he added that he'll probably have to change his style if he does. After his retirement 5 years ago, any match Bryan has is a treat for the fans, and if the Yes Man gets his way, fans can expect the former World Heavyweight Champion around for years and decades to come. Speaking of retirements, it was at Unforgiven 2006 that Trish Stratus hung up her wrestling boots for the first time, but not everything went according to plan. Competing for the WWE Women's Championship in her hometown of Toronto, Canada, Stratus suffered a botch during her entrance when she took a tumble while making her way to the ring. Speaking on the Wild On podcast recently, Stratus said she's grateful that not many fans remember that part of her retirement match, and joked that the WWE may have erased it from the memories of fans. Instead, fans remember her incredible match with Lita, which saw the Canadian become a 7-time WWE Women's Champion before the title was vacated the next night on Raw. Like most retirements though, Stratus would eventually return to the ring, most recently facing Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam 2019, and we're confident that the Hall of Famer is all the more careful from now on whenever she makes her way to the ring. Trademark news next, as the WWE has filed paperwork on 6 names it plans on using. According to recent filings with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, WWE is filing for Cora Jade, Zoe Stark, and Gigi Dolan, the new names of Elena Black, Lacey Ryan, and Priscilla Kelly, respectively. Dolan and Jade competed last week in the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic, losing to Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, while Stark will team with Marina Shafir to face Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. WWE also filed paperwork on the names Duke Hudson, Serena Sandhu, and Rohan Raja, and we'll have to see how these wrestlers fare in the WWE. And we're ending tonight with a look back at the 1999 Royal Rumble, as that's the night that one of Mick Foley's most memorable matches took place. In the infamous I Quit match against The Rock, the hardcore legend recently celebrated the 22nd anniversary of the match, describing it as the night that he and the Brahma Bull went a little too far. The I Quit match, which saw The Rock win by using a tape recorder, is arguably Foley's second most iconic match, behind the Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker at King of the Ring 1998. Part of what made the match so memorable is the incredible Beyond the Mat documentary, which documented the match and the dozen unprotected share shots to Foley's skull. And over 2 decades later, it's impressive that Foley can remember anything from that brain-scrambling night.